Oh, am I live? Hi guys. Sorry, we were having a little bit of technical issues there. It is a very rainy, gloomy day. Oh good, it's working. Fabulous. Thanks, One Typo. So it's a bit of a stop you. It's a bit of a gloomy day. So the Wi-Fi is a little bit crazy. And look who's with me. This might get real, let's be honest. It's part of owning your 30s, am I right? Just roll with the punches. Oh, you got some tape. Gonna do some work. Hi Elizabeth, hi guys. Okay, so here's hoping that the Wi-Fi, that it sticks. Oh, is he gonna be taping my hair? At least just painter's tape, it comes right out. So today we're gonna be talking all about how to own your 30s. So I just celebrated a birthday yesterday. Thank you, Serena. Hi, Alyssa Does Life. Oh, Maggie, it's your 30th birthday today. That's awesome, happy birthday. And this little dude, he's only 3, so like what does he know about turning 30? But I just turned 33 yesterday, and I don't know why, but yesterday's birthday, this 33 number, seems to be a bit pivotal in my life. I don't know. Oh, monsieur. I think it's just, of course you wear dark lipstick, it's when they go straight for the lips. But it just seems to be, I don't know. I'm having more time to myself. Hi, Jack. Real life. I have more time to myself. It seems like I'm getting a little bit of time back. So today I wanted to share with you, Monsieur, do you want your own YouTube channel? Look at this little chicken butt. Oh, you little. Hey, where's your zombies?
I don't know.
You don't know. He's kind of obsessed with zombies at the moment. So, Mister, do you want to sit with me?
No.
You just want to stay back there? Okay. I'm going to share, if I can, 10 tips about how to rock your 30s. Because I don't have it all figured out. And you guys know that if you're regular viewers of my channel, I just kind of share what's working. Am I right? Okay, you sit with me. Oh my goodness. Okay. The first one, and these obviously are in no particular order, and I did check out the internet to see like what are other people talking about when they talk about turning 30. Alyssa says she's in her 20s, but she's definitely gonna watch. Yeah, man, because we're all gonna get there at some point. Okay. Obviously, a lot of us are in different phases of life. Oh, you want to come up? Some of us have kids, some of us don't. Some of us may not, don't want them. Hey, it doesn't matter. But I think the fact that we are all women, or a lot of us are, or men, and we're all like going through different phases of life, am I right? There's a couple things that are like pretty universal. I think the first one that really resonated with me once I started working properly, like I had a good job in my 20s, but then when I Is it gonna go live, Jackie? We're having bad Wi-Fi today. Okay, it says we're back. Shh. Of course he's gonna pull out his bad tricks while we're on live video. Hey, do you want a popsicle? Anything to get him to go. Gosh, it's not working very well today, is it? Let's see. I'll wait to see if I'm back. Anna's got a sad face. Am I back? Am I live? Jackie, I don't know. We might not be working. Oh no, is it gone? Oh, you can see me now. It's working. Oh, I have a feeling today's Wi-Fi situation may not be ideal. It stopped raining, so we'll see. But finances, starting to put some money aside. You know, I started putting, so in Canada you have these education saving funds that you can do. So I started putting some money away for the kids and just realizing that like, oh, there was an ad. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe when the Wi-Fi went weird, the ads pop in. Odd. But you know, it's just feeling like you're starting to create that little nest egg, right? Because I don't think we all want to work into our 70s, you know, if we have the opportunity to do that. But I feel like our generation is, you know, there's not as many pensions that are available. All of that stuff that used to happen for previous generations isn't the same. And so it's like, yeah, getting the money in order. Second thing, health. So I have my little list here. But health is a big one. I feel like in your 20s, I can only speak for myself, but there was a lot of things in excess. I mean, not to still stay up really late, but I feel like in your 30s, it's a time to like, yeah, eat your 3 meals a day, get some rest, you know, try to get some exercise if you can, all that stuff. Wear sunscreen, that's a big one. I used to, would you believe, what's doing my hair? I used to work in a tanning salon like back in the day. When I stopped tanning, and I'm for like what's it called? Self tanner, like fake tan is fine. But when I was working at that tanning salon, like that is not good for your skin. We want to try to prevent the wrinkles and the aging if possible. I mean, it's all gonna happen, but sunscreen, like let's do our best here. And just taking care of yourself. Like I think to make yourself a priority is top in your 30s. Yes, exercise, one typo was saying, totally. Another thing, this is a big one. This should probably be my number one. But I think an important thing to do at any point in your life, but especially in your 30s, is to cut out negative people. You're gone. I don't know if you've ever read The Celestine Prophecy, which is a fiction, but it's actually really good. And an element of it, I read that actually in my early 20s, but there's a part where they talk about energy suckers. We all know them. Copping a feel over here. You know, it's like, yeah, 5 minutes in us, a goodbye negativity. Like if you don't bring value to my life, and I love to often say like, if you don't add color, you're out because life is too short. Would you like to go down?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna go play with your zombies? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, go find Nora. Let's see if I can, I mean, he's really no harm. But yes, negativity, and that can be friends, can be family. I know that's a really tricky subject matter to talk about. Yes, Shugalipo, Jesse's saying life is way too short to stay stuck in the cycle of negativity. Totally. If it's in your workplace, I know some things can't be avoided. If you've got a really crappy boss, you gotta pay bills, but you could also work towards different options. So, you know, there's family members that are no good. Just because they are related to you does not mean one, that they're good people, two, that they should have access to your life. And I feel like in my 30s I really started to learn about boundaries, and I'll get into more ways you can like implement that, but it's just, you know, you got to protect your inner core, your inner person, your little family if you do have a family. And I think boundaries are really important, just for your mental health. And so yeah, out with the negativity, that's a big one. Another one, number 4, is to nurture your tribe. So we talk about like cutting out people that are no good, but for the people that are really good in your life, friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, nurture those people. I think in this time, we're all into social media and we're all over Facebook and all those things, but to take time to pick up the phone, you know, like yesterday, my sister gave me a call and we had a really nice chat. We don't do that very often. My sister's a lot younger than me, and we both are leading busy lives, different phases of life, but to stop everything and just have a phone call. Asma was saying, yes, you're so right about protecting ourselves. Totally. And I think in that same sense, when something is adding color to your life and giving you all this happiness and genuine laughs and smiles, to make time for those people. And, you know, that might mean maybe you're spending more time with a good friend than you are a family member, but so be it. It's your life and you get to decide what's going to work for you and what's going to bring you joy, and to seek that out, you know? But I love that. Nurture your tribe. Tribe just has such a good feeling about it, you know, and I think I've touched on loneliness and I've touched on other big topics. Yeah, Ananda was saying 30s made me reevaluate friendships and frenemies. Totally. Because not everybody's good for you. And it's acknowledging that and realizing that like all of that energy that you're bringing into your life and the energy that you're pouring into other people is going to affect you. It's going to affect everybody around you. It's going to affect your work. So just paying attention to that and starting to hone in on like seek joy, you know? Another one, number 5, don't do it all. You cannot do everything. I feel like, I don't know, in my 20s, I was like working, I was seeking out hobbies, I was spending time with my boyfriend. It's so funny, pre-marriage, all of that stuff with Dean was my boyfriend. But all of those things, lack of sleep, not eating breakfast, maybe trying to exercise, like it's just like this, everything was everywhere. And you can start to feel like your head is just spinning. And I think the nice thing about, Anna was saying she likes my lip color. It's Tarte. I'll have to figure out which one it is. Some bad people. Bye-bye. So I think it's just figuring out what it is that you're good at and just like honing in on it, niching down. I feel like in my space in YouTube with creators and people who are doing kind of what I do, a lot of people will talk about niching down in terms of what we talk about. And I think that's so important even in what we are trying to focus in on in our own lives. So if something that's important to you, let's say you have a good thing with food, you like to make good food, eat good food, focus in on that and make that a priority. Maybe that means on the weekends you like to hit up, I was gonna say the wet market, but that's Malaysia, but you like to hit up the marketplace and get your fruits and your vegetables and all your things to make these delicious meals. Do it. That's important to you, you know, and it's kind of like losing the noise of what other people are doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's some great conversation going on here. Jesse, I'm in your brain. Yes. It's just, you know, it's true. It's like whatever we're good at. And if something that you're good at is like you like to make great coffee and that's what you like to do and drink your good coffee, then like do it. You want to read books, you want to write poetry, like whatever it is, hone in on it because this is your time. This is your time to like take it for yourself. Another one, number 6, is being good to yourself. So, okay, we've lost a little negativity. We're trying to like just eat better, live better, wear sunscreen, all the things, but just being good to yourself. Like I feel like when I started to really come, oh, are we okay? Someone choking? Nope. Gotta make sure there's no grapes in the vicinity. But you know, I feel like I just came into my own, I think, as a mother, so in that area of my life, but then also with myself. Like, talk about body positivity. I'm just owning it right now. I don't know, like there are certain areas that I'm like, yeah, I could use a little work, but I still like love myself. I'm just being good to myself because if you're not gonna look after you, who is? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of like, it's like that whole thing we talk about. Yes, Mandy, fill your cups. You can fill the cups of your family, totally. And you know, the whole thing, like, if you guys know, I used to be a flight attendant, so the irony, but you know, you put on your oxygen mask first before you help the person beside you. Hi, Joanna, yay, nesting story. Yeah, totally that. Like, you have to be good to yourself. And I think something like, especially, I want to say especially women, but I know that men have body insecurities as well. But it's, you know, you are gonna look back on this time when you're like old and gray, just owning senior life. You know, when you're looking at pictures of yourself, you're gonna be like, God damn, I looked good. Like, what was I so worried about? Right now, I feel like your 30s is you just, the world is your oyster, you know? And I know that we all come from different walks of life, and I'm not talking like finances or whatever, but this is like, you're probably at your peak in terms of how you feel, how you look, like everything is so good. So yeah, I know Carolyn saying body positivity, that's a tough one. Totally, especially when you're just like inundated with people on the internet that look a certain way. But you know, going back to boundaries, like, and trying to lead a healthier lifestyle, that goes for your mental state too. Like, if you find that certain things that you're exposing yourself to are bringing you down, get it out. Like, it's no good for you, you know? But yeah, I think that's how I remember thinking like, it's just giggling in the living room. But like, when you look back at your life right now, I know I'm gonna be like, oh, I wish I had like the full face or like, you know, just that anything. If you look at just even specifics of your body, I mean, we change and it's bound to happen. So it's just taking that time to be present and just loving where you are. Hold on here. Just gonna block some people. Hi from Malaysia, awesome, hi. The days are long, but the years are short, totally. And I think a lot of time, you know, I tend to, on my channel, talk a lot about parenting, but I think as my kids get older, and this happened with Esme too, you know, you start to kind of come back to yourself and focus on yourself a little bit and talk about just being a woman and what that means in this world and like how I want to feel good in my life and feel good about what's going on and be happy as a mom, because we are multifaceted, right, people, obviously. Number 7, I like this one. I need to do more of this, but it is inserting quiet time into the schedule, downtime. Like, just stop and have a coffee. Like, that is my downtime. I like to stop, I like to have a coffee and just like peruse the internet, you know, and I'm not talking like working, because obviously I do a lot on the internet, so posting on Facebook here and there, but just like stopping and just chilling out and enjoying it. Like, I don't smoke, I've never been into that, but I will have a coffee break and I'm like, you sit down and you just put those feet up and quiet time. You like to watch Netflix? Netflix. Yes, Nesting Story saying that's what she's trying to learn too, is downtime. It's hard to do, especially because a lot of us in our 30s are in this phase, if we're very fortunate to be in this phase, to be in this parenting phase. And yeah, it's hard to stop. But guess what? The world will still go on if you stop moving around for 30 minutes. For real. The mess will continue later on. The mess will still be there. Everything will still be there. I'm seeing an article trending right now about, and now this is kind of not related, but kind of, and it's saying like, do the dishes. Like, just, you don't have to savor every single moment of your day. Like, just chill, you know? And that can, and you know, if you're working a full-time job and then you're running on the weekends to please everybody because you've got family to visit and kids to take to sports and all this stuff, you can cut stuff down and cut stuff off the list. Anyway, I'm working on that. I do not have that totally figured out, but that's something that I'm like, I'm only 33. There's still a lot of years left of my 30s, and I really want to like hone in on this. Number 8. I love this one. Love it. Do shit that scares you. Muffet Jack, he can't hear me. But seriously, do stuff that scares you. A lot of things scare me, okay? Like, if I have never tried something before, I'm freaked out. Prime example, ziplining. So I used to live in Vancouver, and you could go up to Whistler, BC, and you could go ziplining in the mountains. Like, hello, awesome experience. So I'm in the car with Dean, and we're like, yeah, let's go do this. This will be awesome. The entire drive from Vancouver to Whistler, I was freaking out. I was like having anxiety moments. I'm like, no, wait, it's not. I'll just stay in the bar. You go do your thing. Well, the first zip line, my face, if I have a picture, I'll share it somewhere. I look like a terrified little puppy. My eyes are like this big. Well, after that first one where I screamed like I could never scream in my life, I was the first one running to the line every single zip line. And that, honestly, that's like everything. If I have to audition for something, if I have a job interview. And so whatever it is, like, just do it, because you are never gonna regret doing it. You'll always regret what you didn't do, you know? So whatever, you know, the thing that scares us is gonna vary from person to person, but I'm all about that life. And it's not about bucket list stuff either. I don't want to be confused with that. Like, I shouldn't say bucket list, box checkers. This is a little bit of a segue, but when I was traveling, you meet a lot of people who are literally just checking boxes for life experiences rather than savoring the moments. Those are very different things. Like, I feel like box checkers, and by that, if you've never met one, it's kind of like, oh, I've been here, but the experience is lost. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, 2 different things, but yeah, doing stuff that scares you. And sometimes that could be as simple as making a new friend. Like, that is very scary, that fear of rejection. So even if it's just like you take your kid to a play group, or maybe you've started a cool new dance class or an exercise class or a cooking class, and there's other people there, try it. Like, say hi. What's the worst that can happen? The person says nothing. That'd be awkward for them. Move on. Other people, like a nice thing that is you could have a new friend. So I just think a lot of good things can come from stuff that scares us. Number 9. So there's 2 more left. Number 9 is learning to say no. You know, talking about boundaries, talking about, I love all the conversations going on in the comments. It's awesome. But yeah, talking about boundaries, saying no, that is a tough one. I think a lot of us fall into the category of being people pleasers, and that skill to like, sorry, no, I can't do this, does not come easy. And you can say no nicely, totally. It's totally possible to just as an example, I had a situation where when I first came back to Canada, I was really nervous about driving on the highways, which is bizarre because I've lived in a lot of places. But if you think about it, in Malaysia, I was driving on the opposite side. There was no massive highways that I would drive on, and the 401 in Southern Ontario is insane. And I was just like, nope. I had a brand new vehicle, I had babies in the back, and I just wasn't comfortable. And I know that sounds really bizarre, but when you've been driving on the opposite side, and then you're driving on, and you come back to a different country and you have to switch sides, your brain gets very confused. And so I was like, I still was sort of getting grasp of driving again. And I had a family member that was like, well, just come out and see us. And I was like, you know what? Nope, I can't. And I didn't really explain too much. I just said I couldn't, and that the option was that they could come to me, and in the end they did. And I felt really awkward saying no, but sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta do what works for you. And in that same realm of saying no, it's like, yes, Joanna, I was just about to say this. Stop apologizing for things. And that comes into that whole like people pleaser thing. So rather than say, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't come out to see you because I'm scared of driving. It's like, no, it's reality. It's just the way it is. If you want to hang out, I'm here and that's going to work for me. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. That's awesome. It's so true. And we don't owe anything to anybody. So we can say things very politely, like consider your audience, but there are ways to certainly like say no, to not apologize. And I think this one, I think it kind of falls into it, but it's to stop doubting. Like maybe this is a bonus one, but it's doubt, I think, is one of the worst feelings. You know, doubt and jealousy are two very awful things, but doubt, it's like, just try it. You can do it. Like, you know, don't doubt yourself, whatever that may be. If you're doubting your capabilities, if you're doubting, you're feeling insecure or like body confidence, whatever it is, like doubt is awful. I think that honing in on that and just kind of erasing that from our mental verbiage, you know, that inner dialogue we have is a big one. Isa was saying, I think the hardest is to say no to close family. Totally. You know, Heidi's tried to stop over explaining myself or making excuses. Absolutely. Like, don't you just find if somebody was to say like, hey, no, I can't do this. You know, I've got this going on today. Okay, cool. Instead of like awkward explaining, awkward apologizing, just be bold. Yes, Sheena. Be bold. I love it. And I think you were saying you're getting into your 40s, and I think it's like if you start working on that now, just think of the freedom that comes with that. The freedom of like no longer doubting ourselves, owning ourselves, being confident in our decision making. Oh, honestly, it's freedom. It's amazing. The last one, obviously, this is gonna come as no surprise from AmandaMuse, but it's finding what makes all of this, what makes you happy. You know, really spending some time to do a little soul searching. And Dean often says to me, this is the way he phrases it, good old Canadian boy from Saskatchewan goes, you know, you need to take a long walk in the snow and just like think about, actually that got me a little verklempt, I'm not even gonna lie, but it's true. You take a long walk in the snow, you're unplugged, you don't have much going on, it's like you just are alone with your thoughts, and maybe what will come to you will inspire you as things that bring you joy. You know, I've mentioned this before, and this is a no surprise, but like when I dance, I like, and I'm talking like structured ballroom dancing. Like I don't think I love anything more than that, and it is so. It's just like I feel like I'm floating on air and I can't stop smiling, and I love it so much that my old dance instructor will tell you, like, I hum and I sing and I don't even know I'm doing it. Who hums in front of people? That is weird. But I will sing and like make little noises just naturally, because that is the joy bubbling out of my body. So it's whatever it is going to bring you joy. And I think, you know, let's see here, just get rid of some people, but you know, it's and you know, being outdoors, I love being outdoors. It's like Joanna's saying she's the exact opposite and has no rhythm. We all have our strengths. It's like, you know, being outdoors, I often say I'm a little forest fairy. Like I feel like I'm recharged when my feet are like bare feet on the grass. I'm not so much a beach baby, I'm not gonna lie. Sand and me, we don't really go hand in hand. This fair skin and sun, I prefer to be in the forest. But it's, you know, whatever brings you joy, like if it's sitting on top of a mountain just looking out and feeling refreshed, like finding those things. You know, maybe it's creating. Like a few years ago I started my YouTube channel, and I feel like that brought me a lot of joy, and as a result I feel like I'm kind of like nourishing my soul a little bit, doing things that brings me joy. Even though it's turned into a job, which is super awesome, it's still something I am so passionate about, and it comes like it's nothing. I want to do it, you know. So I hope that this little chit chat, you know, brings just a little bit inspiration, because am I doing all of these things? Totally no. I wish I was. But I think it's important to continue to set goals and to you know, just find inspiration in regular life, and just to find joy, because I think that's Ashley Nicole was saying it's to listen to that inner voice that guides you where you need to be, and sometimes we ignore that. absolutely. Life can be noisy. We can have responsibility from outside forces. There's a lot of stuff, right? And it's just trying to like hit that pause button and go, this is my life. Like, I think that's a big thing, is like, oh, thanks, Jessie. But I think I'm gonna give a little bit of personal thing here before I wrap it up. But in my 20s, I feel like I spent a lot of time waiting for something to happen. Like, oh, maybe one day I'll get married, and maybe one day I'll have a kid, and maybe one day I'll live over here and have a house and have all this stuff. But the reality is that while I was maybeing and thinking about all these things, my life was happening every day, you know, and my life was amazing, even though it wasn't what I thought it was supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I look back, so Esme the other day, my daughter, who's 5, found a photo album of all of these pictures of our life in Vancouver with my dog Wally, hanging out on the beach. We do these amazing beach walks. I was so into London fogs. Have you ever had a London fog? It's basically an Earl Grey tea latte kind of thing. And it was just like, it was amazing. But at the time, I felt a little empty, like I was waiting for something to happen. And so in my 30s, I'm determined to not let that happen. Do I still have dreams and aspirations? Heck yes. Am I working towards them? Absolutely. But I'm also stopping to enjoy the sweet moments, like jumping on the trampoline, or like snuggling with my little dog, or reading stories. Like, that's all parenting stuff, I guess. But you know, whatever it is, going to get my nails done, finding joy, putting makeup on my face, like all those things. So I think I've preached enough, but that's it. I think that's it. I think like you're probably gonna find a little trend on my channel where it's like, yeah, we're gonna figure this out together. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm AmandaMuse if you're new, and I put out videos every Monday live, Wednesday and Sunday. And tomorrow, if you have not seen any of the advertising, there is a big secret reveal happening over on Facebook. So Facebook at 2 o'clock, my little sister wife, Joanna from Nesting Story, is gonna join me. And we got a little secret, a little something we've been working on that we're super pumped to tell you about. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see all your beautiful faces tomorrow on Facebook, and then on Wednesday. Okay, bye guys. See you soon. Oh, someone's getting naked. I gotta go. Bye.